Today on the BreadBox we're going to take a closer look at RetroGames Ltd's announcement of the Amiga 500 Mini or the A500 Mini. We're going to take a closer look at the packaging, the prototype and also the accessories that come with the A500 Mini. So let's get started right now. Hey, my name's Justin and I'm here in my little Commodore computer cave, and I want to talk a little bit more about the A500 Mini that was announced by RetroGames Ltd last week. I've already done a video on this. You can see the link in the description above or over there, there's also a link in the description below. This video is all about the finer details of the A500 Mini announcement. We're going to take a close look at the packaging. We're going to take a closer look at the accessories and also the prototype as well that was shown by RetroGames Ltd. So first impressions is the Amiga 500 has given birth to a baby. I think I'll call it Cricket. Now for Amiga 500 fans, this will probably make total sense, this joke. If you don't quite get it, that's okay. At the end of this video, I'll explain why I think the A500 Mini is called Cricket. First of all, let's look at the packaging. Straight away, when you look at the A500 Mini, what does it remind you of? For me, it looks like the inspiration for the design is from the Cartoons Classic Amiga 500 bundle that was sold between July 1991 and September 1992. Notice the similarities. The colour, the characters dotted around the box, and even one of them is bursting out of the wrapper, just like the original Cartoons Classic box. Now let's look at the accessories. Your favourite game may be mouse controlled, so it's great to see there's a replica tank mouse included with the A500 Mini. Let's take a closer look at the controller. Its inspiration appears to be the CD32 controller or the CD32 pad. Now the problem with the original CD32 pad, it wasn't very popular with users or critics, most of them stating two main faults. That was functionality and also the feel of the controller in your hand. Why not include a joystick with the A500 Mini? It makes sense to have a controller because you think about the last 20-30 years we've been conditioned to use controllers either through PlayStation or Xbox, so it sort of makes sense that RetroGames Ltd have used a controller instead of a joystick for this A500 Mini. Well, that's my thought anyway. It is interesting to see how the controller actually works with mouse-driven games because the developers have said the controller will precisely mimic a mouse for those mouse-driven games. So that's going to be really interesting to try out when we get the A500 Mini. Now let's take a closer look at the prototype of the A500 Mini. So around the back of the A500 Mini, from left to right, we have the on-off button, the USB-C power input, the HDMI input, and then 3 USB ports. This leaves one USB port for your mouse, one USB port for your joystick or controller, and also one for the USB stick for your games. RetroGames Ltd have really designed the A500 Mini to be a plug-and-play system, simple for anyone to pick up and operate. If you compare this with the original Amiga 500 backside, you will find from the left to right two joystick ports, the right audio, left audio, the disk drive, serial port, the parallel port, power input, the RGB video and the mono video. For someone just getting into retro gaming, buying the original Amiga 500 and looking at the back might be quite daunting, while the A500 Mini comes across very simple to use, just plug and play. Of course, nothing ever will beat the real thing, but for affordability, availability, well next year, and also the potential reliability of the A500 Mini gives the original a good run for its money. If we move to the front of the A500 Mini, RetroGames Ltd have done a great job in replicating the look of the Amiga 500. The A500 Mini logo looks like the original Amiga 500 logo, and I'm guessing it's the same font used on both machines. It appears the A500 Mini logo is recessed like the original Amiga 500 logo. Just below the logo is a little grey square with the RetroGames Ltd rendition of the Amiga Boing Ball. Now this is quite suitable being in grey as well, because if we look at below the original Amiga 500 logo is the grey Commodore chicken head. the Amiga 500 Cartoons Classic bundle came out with The Simpsons, Captain Planet and Deluxe Paint. Now the Amiga 500 that was in that pack, this is if I got my facts right, was an Amiga 500 Plus. Ooh, I just remembered, I haven't actually restored this one yet. Please excuse the horrible condition. It was an Amiga 500 Plus, not the Amiga 500, which came with the 1 megabyte chipset and also the new kickstart as well. The Cartoon Classics bundle retailed for £359 back in 1991, but when the Amiga 500, this is my snazzy Amiga cover, the Amiga 500 is a bit better condition. When the Amiga 500 came out in 1987, it retailed for £499 or $699 US. Now if you're wondering what that's in today's currency, in 2021 that's £1,207.55 or $1,648 US. Just an interesting thing about this Amiga 500, you might find interesting. I'll just see if I can show you. It's a very early Amiga 500. The reason why I mention all this is when the A500 Mini comes out next year, it's going to retail for £119.99 or $139.99 US, or in New Zealand, here in New Zealand it's $249, which really is a bargain when you think about what we had to pay back in 1987 for the original Amiga 500. An interesting thought is that the Cartoons Classic box came with only 4 games, or 4 programs, and also a mouse, while the A500 Mini comes with 25 games, a mouse and a controller. Of course, the downfall of the A500 Mini, it doesn't have a working keyboard. The original Amiga 500 of course did have a working keyboard, but you can use a keyboard with the A500 Mini. That is by plugging in a standard USB external keyboard. Now back to that hilarious cricket joke. As you may recall, I said that first impression of the A500 Mini is that an Amiga 500 gave birth to a baby, and I think I'll call it Cricket. Why? What was I talking about? I'm sure Amiga fans understood this and straight away, but on the Amiga 500 motherboards, its code name was Rock Lobster. Now this is based on a B-52 song, and baby lobsters are called crickets. If I haven't totally lost you already, thank you for watching my video. Please subscribe and like this video if you'd liked it. If you didn't like it, please just leave. I'll have regular updates on this channel about the A500 Mini as more information comes to light. So make sure you click the notification bell as well so you know when my next videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.